Keep living the adventure. Axis of Awesome. What's up, adventurers? Welcome to another Who's in the Shop. I got a cool live stream for you guys tonight. If you guys have been, are currently, or wanting to get into the hobby of model rocketry, I have one of the coolest cats on YouTube with his channel, Model Rockets 321. Keith has created a channel for hobbyists of model rocketry, and it's one of my favorite channels to watch. And I think you guys are going to love it too. Let's welcome Keith to the stage. Hey, man. You good? You're not? Want to try to come back in?
Not yet.
Not yet? Let me try to remove you and I'll bring you back in. We have a little audio problems. Hold on here. Let's try it again. How about now? Let's see here. How about that?
I'm good. I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, we're here.
Welcome to the shop, man.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
It's so nice to have you on here. I was telling you early off camera, you're the first person on my live stream that is outside of my hobby. So this is going to be exciting, man. This is going to be exciting.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
So I know when I was looking at your channel, I told you I've been a fan of your channel for a while now. I think I first discovered you. I made a model rocket video last year, and you liked it on Instagram. Right. So I saw your page, and I'm like, whoa, this page is really awesome. So I started looking at a lot of your videos. Then I just found your YouTube channel, and then I went down all these wormholes, and I got super excited, man. So tell everybody who is not familiar with you a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, my name's Keith. I run the YouTube channel Model Rockets 321. Also has an Instagram Model Rockets 321. Been building and launching rockets since I was 9 years old. Started in Jersey. A close family friend, which I call my cousin, got me started. We used to be church members together, and he told me that him and his dad are going to build and launch rockets this weekend. I should come check it out. So I went to Philadelphia to their house, stayed with them, and next morning we went out, launched rockets. At first, I was scared of them. I didn't know. He had like a mean machine. We were small. It was bigger than us. I'm like way back from it. So we launched a mean machine and some other ones. And from that point, I got hooked. I got my own after that. I think his mom bought me my first one, which I got that first kit again. I had to buy it again through eBay like a little while ago. So I had my first one I ever had. I got started building them and launching them back in Jersey throughout the 80s into the 90s, off and on, as you get older, get into other stuff, music and different things, and then college and all that stuff. I still always kept rockets though. And then now I resurfaced some years ago, so I've been running strong probably for the past, 10, 15 years with it strong, but started in the 80s. I don't know, I'm gonna let you go ahead and guide the conversation, but that's kind of like the origin.
These are all super organic. So what was that first rocket that you built?
It's the Cobra 1500, a 1980s rocket. It was taller than me. It's like the mean machine, but small, a little bit short, probably like 5 feet. It was taller than me at the time. It's like a mean machine, but flew on the C engines. I had it like right over there. I can grab it. You can grab it really quick?
Yeah, you should.
I'll show you.
Man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Let's see it.
Yep.
Everybody watching. Let's see that.
Yeah, this is the package one. The package is kind of funky, but this is it. This is how packaging was in the 80s. Let me get over there. There you go. So the Cobra 1500.
Let me get you up here.
Right on.
Let me hold on here. Let me try to get it up here.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, so this is it right here. It's a pretty tall one. When we went to this hobby shop in this mall in Philly, his mom was like, pick any one you want. So I grabbed like the biggest one at that time, being a small kid. So that's it right there. And I found this again on eBay. Yeah, so that's my first one I have. I'm going to clone it. And I'm going to fly it again. So
first rocket you ever built. That's super cool, man. You found it. That's awesome when you can find something from your childhood that that you
Oh yeah,
really love? I do that all the
right
time,
on.
man. It's a wormhole. It's a
Yeah, oh
wormhole.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
So
yeah,
so you did it. So you started launching out in Jersey when you're about 9. You said. So
yeah.
was you said you went to Philly to launch that? So were there other places in Jersey that you could go launch rockets? Was it like
Where I
easy
grew
to
up in
find
Jersey,
places?
yeah, at that time, growing up in South Jersey, it's more rural. My town's more rural. It's not all city. Like a lot of people think Jersey and they think city and stuff. It's not far away. I'm between like Delaware and Philadelphia. It's easy. Like the bridge, there's a couple bridges you can travel. So in my town, like I said, it was more rural, and I would just launch in the school field. We had like a track, there were football
Oh,
fields,
okay.
so it was pretty easy. Don't tell. I lost some,
I
but I
bet.
had to learn. I had to learn because I didn't know, when and where you should place yourself. But
Yep.
I just learned from there. You just learn, and I was able to recover more. But that's where I kind of flew in Jersey. It was easy to do. I would take my allowance money, you order through the catalog. I don't remember Estes
Yep.
catalogs in the '80s. You had to
Yep. I
mail it
remember
in.
that.
It's like it took forever. Took forever to come. It wasn't no express. Like it didn't seem like it
Yep.
anyway. Just send the money order and you wait. And then when the kit comes, you build it, you take it, you go fly it.
Yeah.
They were all
Yeah.
they were probably crappy. It was no way like the way I build now is way different. Get a
Oh,
lot
I've
better,
seen
of
some of the
course.
stuff you build. Some of the stuff you build
But
now
yeah,
is like super high quality. I kind of similar
thank
to
you.
you. I have older brothers, and I have a brother who's 8 years older than me, and he was a model rocket guy. We did it through
Yeah,
like 4-H and stuff, but we started
nice,
out. There's a hobby shop an hour and a half away from us, and we got our first rockets
nice,
there, and then we'd build those.
right.
And I remember like at the time, we didn't really have much in the form of rocket stuff, launching stuff. So we
Yeah,
had I think a 6-volt battery, alligator
yes,
clips, and a metal
same,
rod. Yep, and we were out.
same.
We were out in a field. I live in a really rural area, so I live in like central
Okay,
Illinois, around 8,000
okay,
people, farmland everywhere.
yeah,
So we'd go out
hmm,
to the country to somebody's farm,
nice.
and we'd shoot off. But I can remember my older brother. We had alligator clips with speaker wire. It was a real janky
Yeah,
setup.
same here. That was my first set. I didn't have a controller. I had batteries taped together. I had four. I knew the controller took four double A's. I taped four double A's together. Put a
Yep.
little, positive on one end when it's time to launch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that other in, and it would go. I had Then I got a controller. Not too soon after, but not too far after. But
Yep.
yeah, I started out the same way. Same way.
It was fun. We
They went right on.
we did
Yeah,
one launch where my brother was out hooking the igniter up, and I was probably 7, maybe 8,
yeah.
and I would have touched I touched the things off while he was hooking the igniter stuff, and it burn his hand pretty good.
Oh
He
wow.
had to go to the ER. I thought I killed.
Oh wow.
I thought I killed
Oh
him.
wow.
So yeah,
Wow. That probably scared. That scared you good, huh?
scared me, scared him, scared everybody.
Yeah.
But it was a good
Right.
time, man. It was a good
Gotcha.
time. So, how many rockets do you think you've built now? And you're like, what do you think? Probably 30, 40 year?
Oh my, yeah. I put. I can glance at that shelf. Many. I mean, probably over. No, over 60 maybe. Because
60?
if you start young, it's a lot. I mean, probably
Yeah.
more than that. It has to. It's hard to really gauge. It's hard to
Yeah.
gauge. I have to count. One day I'll have to go down and try to get a rough number. But it's up there pretty high. Because like I said, some I lost. I went through a phase of when I got back. Because you're a bar. You know what a bar is? You know what you ever hear of a bar? In rocketry, it's called a bar. You're a born again rocketeer. Like I
Okay.
put the hobby. It was like I say, you're doing other stuff. You're dating. You're out in the world. You're doing
Oh
other
yeah.
stuff. You got friends. I'm into
Oh
DJing
yeah.
and the music and stuff. So I have rockets, but you're not really messing with them. But when you come back, like okay, the hobbies. There's North Coast rocketry. They got bigger. When I noticed we'll get into that stuff. They got high power and mid power. Okay, they got bigger now. But if you count like my original ones, which is a few rockets, maybe 15, 20 when you're young. All those are gone now, except for maybe my Red Max and the Marauder. Like I still have, they all beat up, and I restored them. Then you have your second phase where you build a group. I built a group, and those are all gone, kind of, but they went to eBay. eBay came online, like sold a lot of that stuff off. Then I came back again. I started getting the collection again. So a few of these are from some of the old days, and a lot are just new buys and built again. So the numbers go up. When I say 60,
Wow.
it's probably a lot higher. It's hard to really judge. It's hard to gauge rather, but it's up there pretty good. It's a lot. It's a lot of rock.
Wow, man, that's cool.
And there's some that are packed away. Like I have some in boxes. This is what we do. If you know these rocket people, we're crazy. those are the ones you see on the shelf. Those are my flyers. Then there are ones that are just, in packages. Like I'm slowly thinning out the collection. I spoke to Matt Steele, and he has, I don't know if you know who not Matt Steele. You know who James Duffy is? I don't know if you know James.
No, nope.
Oh, he's a big time guy. He runs the competition. He's big. He's in all the magazines. James is the man. He the one who got me in love with the Mercury Lil Joe 1 because it was in some articles. I just fell in love with that rocket. So that's kind of like one of my favorites. But me and him did an interview. It's on my channel, and he was telling me about like just how many he has. It's not a huge collection. It's just some flyers and a few that are in packages. Whereas some of us nutcases, we have flyers, and then we have a ton that are in package. Like Essie's catalog come out, anything new we buy, doubles, fly one. It's crazy. Oh, it's nuts. It's crazy. So it gets out of hand a little bit. I'm kind of slowing down. Then Estes, I'm with them, so they send me stuff now. Like we're good friends. Like they found me, and I'm like sponsored with them, and there's a discount code and stuff people can use, and I've got stuff coming now from them. So I'm just waiting on that to happen.
So, I see you do your unboxings from them. So how did you become an Estes? I guess an affiliate. Is that the correct term?
Affiliate. Yeah, it's affiliate. You got it.
How did you tell me that? How did you become
that? They contacted me. They saw my Instagram. They saw what I was doing. I always use their product, and they found the videos. And the guy I deal with up there, he said, "Yeah, we all watched your videos and said, we thought you'll be good to work with us." And then we did what we're doing now. We had a couple teams meetings. And we did a giveaway at first, and that kicked it off. And I did really good for them with the discount code and stuff. People really responded and bought stuff using that code, and now it's going on 2 years. So I'm always invited to go up to Colorado. I just gotta get up there to the headquarters.
Oh, that'd be fun, man!
It would be for sure.
That'd be great to do a video.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, definitely. It will
awesome.
Be.
So
it would be.
Did you become an Estes affiliate before? You said you were in Model Rocketry magazine. Is that right?
Was Sport Rocketry. Sport
Rocketry. That's right. Was that before or after your Estes affiliation?
That was after. I did an article with my SR-71 Blackbird. Yeah. And I submitted it, and that was a dual engine one because it comes single. And I wrote that. I have another article I submitted. I submitted a couple more too. So you just gotta wait whenever they get around to putting you in there. But if they like the article and they edit it and do their thing. But it was after that though. But I was in another magazine years ago though, RC Car magazine.
Oh, really?
I think it's called RC Car Action. Yeah, I was in the cars for a little while. It was like a readers rides was the section. I did a Team Associated, like a TC3. I just decked it all out. And I had Darth Maul on the hood because they had this. You take a magazine, you could put pictures under those clear Lexan bodies. You familiar with the cars?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I had Darth Maul. It was a nice car. It was fast. I tricked it out with all the fastest, 19-turn motors and Super Rooster, the ESC. It was fast, and I submitted it, and they put it in there, and there's a little article in there on that. But that was years. I don't even think I had the magazine. I think it went back east at my mom's house. I think that magazine's back east.
You still have that?
No, the car's long gone, man. We're moving around, and it's long gone. Yep. You sell stuff, you buy this. Yep, that seemed to be the thing you do. You sell some stuff off and this and that. But
so how did you feel about writing the article? Were you nervous about writing it or anything, or had you written articles for people before?
No, that was my first one. I just liked the project, that dual engine SR-71 Blackbird, the Estes one. I just thought that because it was special. So that's what made and it's been years in the making. I started in Jersey, and I flew in Maryland. I remember a few clubs on the East Coast, crashing that thing and crashing it. I finally got it right. Because it's two engines, the ejection charge go forward and they duct across, and then they go out the back and push the recovery out the back. Wow. Like where so I had to get that right. And I just wrote that whole article. I had all my pictures and documentation. So I was like, man, this would be a good article. So I do Sport Rocketry. They take articles from, the readers of the magazine. Mm-hmm. Only NAR members though. Like I hate that. It used to be in stores, but only NAR members can get the magazines now. Yeah. So I submitted it. And next thing you know, it came in the mail, and I was like, oh, there it is. So, so that was the August-September issue of 2023. So
yeah, the SR-71 Blackbird, for everybody watching that's a really good video on your YouTube channel. So definitely check that video.
Oh yeah,
out. Great. Now is that a kit from the 80s? That SR-71 one?
Yes, it is 80s and 90s. They ran it again into the 90s, maybe even up to 2000. It was out, then it went away, then they reissued it. Right now, they're not reissued right now. You got to buy, aftermarket. I mean, not, old school ones. So yeah, it was that same kit by Estes, which in the article I said I was intimidated by it when I was young. It was skill level 3, and it had that body shroud. It's all Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. I see
Oh
your
yeah,
name.
the Skunk Works. Yeah,
So
that's
it's
where it comes from.
yeah, right on. Yeah. Oh, they made some good stuff, man.
I remember, man.
Crazy.
1987. My sister and her husband. My sister's husband retired from a colonel in the Air Force, and in
Nice.
1987 we went out to Omaha, Nebraska, off at Air Force Base. It was the headquarters of Strategic Air Command at the time, and we went to an air show that summer, and I got to see the SR-71 Blackbird.
Wow.
So it was
I think there's nice.
Yeah, it was on the runway there. At that time, it was still in use. So it was roped off.
Yeah.
Right? So you had roped off, but
Yeah.
I got to meet 3 of the pilots. I
Wow,
got to
that's cool.
see the suit that they wear in that thing.
Like a spacesuit. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
That is
guys,
cool.
I remember the pilots were like tiny. They were tiny guys. They weren't big.
Oh, I bet.
They were ripped. I'm 5'6", 5'7" on a good day in the right shoes. And these guys were like my height, and they were super skinny, ripped. And at that time I wanted to be a pilot, but then I realized I'm not going to be a pilot. But I love seeing that SR-71 Blackbird, man. That's
cool.
One of the coolest things I saw as a kid.
Right. Actually, here in Arizona, down in Pima Air and Space Museum, they have one on display. You can walk under it. It's close up. Like they sealed off the engines and stuff, but they have a cockpit you can see. It's small. I see why they had small guys, but it's real long range. Yeah, there's no room. There's no room like in those things. There's one there, then there's one in California at the Science Center, the trainer, but they got the cockpits up higher, so that's in California on display too. But
I saw cool. That they're I don't know. I was on the internet the other day, and they were talking about the SR-72, son of Blackbird, coming out soon. So maybe that'll be a model kit for you to build.
Right? Yeah, maybe if they won't put one out. Like I like to build. I scratch build a lot too. But when they put something out that's already ready to fly, I appreciate it. Like right now, this is a tip. Well, not a tip. It's just information. I'm waiting on the space shuttle. They reissued the space shuttle. So it's on the way. I'm like waiting on it to get here now. So that's going to be an unboxing. So I'm just waiting on that to get here. It's already right. I've restored my shuttle back there. Had a crash, but it's the old one. Kit number 1285 or 1284. I restored it. It's all nice. Now it's too nice. Now it's too nice to fly. I made a Shelf Queen, which I normally don't agree with. Normally I fly everything, but it's back there. It's now like super nice.
I love that term, Shelf
Queen.
Oh,
Shelf Queens.
I'm going to steal that from you.
Absolutely. I stole it from somebody. Yeah, Shelf Queens. Those are not Shelf Queens. I fly those.
I got some Shelf Queen toys. Andy and Indy, he wants to know when your article was for the SR-71 Blackbird.
It's the August-September issue. Just 2023. August, September.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, in the Sport Rocketry magazine. If you get them in the mail, it should be in there.
Cool.
And they're selling. If you go to NAR, if you can't find it, they sell back issues. So you can either call NAR or send them an email, and they'll be able to set you up. It's all donation too, so you can kind of pay what you want. And they'll send it to you.
Oh yeah. So
the people at NAR are real cool. They're real cool.
I like that model. I like a lot of bands. A lot of obscure metal bands that I follow do that. Give me whatever you want for our album.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I get vinyl records, and it's the same thing in hip hop. I listen to underground hip hop, so they do the same thing. Some of them. Some of them do that too.
I was watching your video where you were going to hobby stores, and I saw the Wu-Tang Clan shirt. I saw that.
Oh yeah.
I know. I said I know this guy.
I'm a big Wu-Tang fan. Yeah, I got a Wu-Tang. I did the Wu-Tang Red Max over there too. I did a bigger upscale, and I did all Wu-Tanged out. And you listened to, you had that Czarface, that group.
Yep.
That group is crazy huge. Like they're out of Boston, 7L Esoteric, and one member from Wu-Tang is in that group.
I saw that. Yep.
Inspector Deck. Yeah.
3 years ago or something, they kind of got a little familiar with them and listened to them a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I listened to a little bit of rap. I used to like Jurassic 5 quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're great. Yeah. Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
Good. That's the good stuff. That is the good stuff. Like
I don't like all the manufactured,
right. Yeah, Jurassic 5 is great, man. That's out of LA. And one guy's from Jersey, one member's from Jersey. 5 of them.
Yeah, I'm an underground music guy. I don't really like a lot of mainstream music.
Me too.
Most of my metal bands that I listen to are nobody's probably ever heard of. And when they hear them, they're like, "Who are these guys?" And I'm like,
Gotcha.
Somebody I listen to.
Same
dude.
here. But yeah, I saw you put Czarface up. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good interview.
Yeah,
Czarface is great, man.
Super
it's all like
7.
comic book related. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forget. I follow the guy that does their cover art. I can't remember his name.
Interesting.
But,
Yeah.
Super 7 Toys out of San Francisco has done a bunch of
I know him.
figures.
I know him.
Greg? Or is it Greg?
I know of Super 7 because they've been putting these. I know about action figures and stuff. We can go down that path too. 80s toys.
That's what I do, man. I'm an 80s guy.
I got you. Yeah. Yep. G.I. Joe, all that Transformers.
Oh,
you know, yeah, it's just some crazy stuff like Thundercats. Did you ever watch that?
Oh yeah, Thundercats is great.
Like that.
Oh,
yeah, they reissued. Did you see what they did? See what Super 7 did?
Oh, with the Thunder Tank, and then
the layer they made.
What the heck is that called? Cat's Lair? Was it Cat's Lair?
Cat's Lair. I think it's Cat's Lair.
Yeah, Cat's Lair. Yeah.
Crazy. They reissued full scale to the figure. The figures are that big. Huge. The name is huge.
I'm a big Masters of the Universe guy, so Thundercats.
Oh, that's cool.
I was
He-Man.
I'm 49. I'll be 50 in December, so I was like right there in that era where we had all
Me too
figures, man, and
we did.
Thundercats. I you know the not to get off tangent, but I'll tell you what.
Oh, go. You're good.
Back in the 80s when we were kids, the most annoying thing in the world was the scale differences. Everybody was a different scale, right? And now everybody who comes out with, they're essentially the same scale. I'm like, man, if Thundercats and Masters of the Universe would have been essentially the same scale, that would have been the greatest thing in the world.
Now, did you like 3 3/4 Joes?
I had them. I mean, that was in my era, but my brothers always had 12-inch Joes, and I'm a huge.
That's what my same here. My older brothers had the big with the fuzzy heads and stuff.
Yeah,
They had those. And then, like I said, I was a kid in the 80s, but when at 3 3/4, that was right up my alley. Man, I had to have those too. But then He-Man and Masters, they were bigger. Masters Universe and all that stuff, they were bigger.
Like 5 inches, 6 inches tall. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, those toys couldn't play with those toys. I didn't, unless I did a special where like somebody was too big, like everybody had to jump on there to get together. Cobra and the Joes had to get together and go against Mum-Ra or something like that. It had to be. I didn't like mixing. I didn't like mixing worlds like that.
It's hard to do that. You know, all your friends got together. We'd get together and play Masters of the Universe. We'd get together and play wrestling. We'd get together and play G.I. Joe or whatever. But yeah, the scale compatibility now is awesome. So we're in this
for sure.
We're in this group. So you and I have had. When did your YouTube channel start? 2019.
Oh, I started. It was. I had it, but I wasn't doing anything with it. I forget the year. I actually forget. I'm sorry. I really forget when I started it. It could have been.
I started mine in 2019. I got tired of social media, so I just started as a goof, kind of just putting videos out. And then I said, I'm going to share my hobby, my G.I. Joe hobby with everybody. And I just started making videos, didn't know what I was doing. But then it was weird. It organically started getting out there, and I started meeting other people who were like in the same hobby, and we started exchanging ideas, and we kind of formed this group of dudes who all had the same interest, and we coined the term the Axis of Awesome. And it just took off like a wildfire. And then we've got it's huge now. We've got all these different guys in the 1/6 scale Big Joe community who do like 3D printing. People build monsters.
Oh wow!
Do a lot of photo stories. We have just a giant group that encompasses so many people, and it's kind of weird how that happens when you get a hobby and then you meet like-minded people. And I'm sure that
it's cool.
The model rocketry, you probably have the same thing.
Oh, for sure. Yes. When I start putting videos out, I met some fantastic people. Even when you go to clubs, I'm a member of clubs, but I don't really fly in clubs anymore because the one club is in Tucson, it's further away than the other one. When I first moved here, we lost that field to developers. You would think there's plenty of spots to fly here in Arizona. It's really not, because there's all this land. Everybody owns something. Like this land, you go to this land, somebody own it. You get chased off there, and there's reservation land. That's why that big field I used to fly in can't go there no more. That's done. So I'm flying in parks right now. But I do have 2 clubs if I choose to. But back to what you were saying, you do meet some great people. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Everybody shares, and we share information, and we give each other props and stuff. So it is pretty cool. It's
Do
pretty
you
cool.
get together with? Do you get together and launch with? I know you. When you go out launch, you usually by yourself. Do you get together and go out
It's
launch
usually,
with friends?
not really. It's normally just solo because I have a certain flow, and I spoke to some other people that fly, like my homie Mob Rockets, Michael O'Brien. He has a good channel too. He flies kind of solo. He do what I do, but will text each other and talk to each other. But there's really we'll see each other at a club thing, but we have our flow making our videos for the most part for you guys. So we haven't really clicked up yet. But we did the drag race of the So Long, so we will be getting back together soon. The drag race those So Long rockets again. I don't know if you saw that video or not. We both
I
lost.
did. Yep. I'll tell
So
you. Speaking of your videos, I'll tell you one of my favorite videos that you did in the last few months was your Gemini Titan build.
Oh, okay, yeah. Voice
I really
Aerospace,
enjoyed
yeah.
that because you bought the 3D printed parts, and
Yeah,
I
voice.
really enjoyed seeing that because I just got a 3D printer, and
Nice.
it's a learning scale for me, but
Right.
or a steep learning scale. But I really enjoyed that video, how you just went from reviewing it and then building it, and that was a really cool rocket.
Oh, for sure. Oh, that's a nice kit. Yeah, it's up on the shelf up here. It takes 2 engines, they're Q-jet motors, so they're a composite. They burn like Aerotech end motors. It takes 2 of them. I haven't flown it yet, because it's so nice. Like, it's not a shelf queen, but I just have to get the time and really urge to fly it. Right now, I'm flying other stuff. I already got my next launch. I know what I want to fly for the next one. But it'll hit me one day, like, you know what, I want to fly this Gemini, and then I'll just check the weather and make sure we're good, and then I'll go launch it. I think they fly boys kits. I've had some bad luck. That one, I don't know if it's on that side. I don't know. The one I built them to the specs. It just gets the center of gravity. He really emphasizes getting your center of gravity right with those. You don't want to be tail heavy. You want the weight up front.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a little fear there with that Gemini Titan. I'll fly it. Like I said, I don't mind, and that whatever happens. But I just got to make sure and do that swing test and make sure that center of gravity is right where he said. Because
it turned out beautiful. I mean, it's
nice. It really, rocket. It's all these wraps. He gives you everything. It's a nice kid. Boise Aerospace. He makes all 3D printed rockets, all 3D printed. So you get all the parts. You got.
How many different rocket manufacturers are there now?
Oh, it's tons. There are plenty.
Yeah.
I'm actually one.
Oh, you are.
I have a kit. Yeah, I have a kit coming. This is a short run. I do limited edition stuff. So I have a kit coming, but. The big boys is Estes at the top. Yeah. So I guess it's Estes, Aerotech maybe, Quest. You got Mad Cow Rocketry, Voice Aerospace. I'm just rolling them off. North Coast, my friend Matt Steele, he runs North Coast. Matt is great. Matt is an amazing person. He used to be with Estes. You got Apogee Components. That's Tim Van Milligan. He's in up in Utah. No, Colorado. Great site, great products. Who else we got? Let me just look around. Let me see what we got. Some go under, a lot do go under, but they'll make a good rockets. One guy used to have a company called Thrustline Aerospace. People who've been around in the mid 2000s. He made great stuff, but he got sick and died.
Oh no!
But he made great stuff. So you get guys. There's a lot of indies, a lot of independents, like independent record labels. Like you do these short runs. Yeah. I'm going to do a short run. Do your short. I'm following what the record people do. A short run of kits. I got my kit. It's all it's already rock simmed out. It's already ready. Just gotta get my release date and get the pre-orders going. Just a small little rocket. It will hit 2,000 feet. So I got it. I got the rocket design. I got all the instructions, everything. I'm just finishing up the marketing stuff and getting them all packaged. So yeah, it's a small little operation, just something for the community. Make a few dollars. I can put back into it.
How many?
I'm not sure how many I'm gonna run yet. I'm just get the response first. I'm thinking maybe 50 to 150. I mean, like 100 to 150, somewhere around there. It'll be a short run, just limited, very limited edition. Right here, I'm gonna show you that rocket really quick.
Yeah. Show me whatever.
So
rockets.
Yeah, here's one kind of this. Some are already packaged up, just getting together. It's gonna be a streamer. Just a simple design right here, called the Infinity One. That's cover art for it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Get a little closer. There we go.
Yep, so there's the cover for it, and then here's the rocket itself, already beta tested, flies on 18 millimeter, like your standard C engines, but 2,000 feet guaranteed. I put it up on some C67s. It was way up there. Yeah, streamer recovery comes down. So it's a good release. So I can't wait to get this out for everybody. So it's gonna be, like I said, limited. Oh, the Infinity One.
The Infinity,
Infinity One.
One. Okay,
Infinity
man.
One. Because the Infinity
Yeah.
2, they make it bigger. I'm just playing around with stuff like that. But
That's a pretty cool looking rocket, man. I like that.
oh, thank you, appreciate it, thank you. Yeah.
That is
So it's
nice.
all still working on that. Everything's kind of ready. So I'm just like piecing together some final stuff and get the pre-order set up for the website and everything to go out, and we'll roll from there. So
that's awesome. So it's just a kit,
but,
just like an SD style kit. You'll just put it.
Yeah,
together.
just like a kit. Yeah, all the parts will be there. Yeah, all the parts and instructions will be in a bag like this. You'll have your face card. You'll have everything. So, and I'm gonna throw some extra stuff in there. Maybe a couple stickers, and I'll sign a card and put in there, something like that. So it'll be something like
that's
that.
Cool,
yeah,
man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations. Well, tell me. Speaking of your site, tell me about fiberglass. You always or Kevlar. Is it Kevlar? You always say trusting Kevlar.
Oh, yeah. In Kevlar we trust.
I love Kevlar we trust.
All these kits come with this rubber shock cord, right? It's different schools of thought, and I agree with some of them. I go all Kevlar, but you can run into little issues. All Kevlar, I like the Kevlar because it won't get singed and burned. But Kevlar can break over time, I guess. I've had one snap years ago, but I'm not even sure if that was real Kevlar, though. Now, I like it if you just double the length. Whatever that rubber is, I double the length of that. And if you want to still add the rubber piece of shock cord, put it up top, just to give it a little stretch so your parachute can come on out. But I typically go all Kevlar. For this rocket, it's all Kevlar. Yeah, it's all Kevlar. Actually, this string right here, this black piece of string. I found this cord right here. Yeah, I found this cord, and it's really tough, and it's kind of flame resistant itself because it's a black Kevlar. They have a black Kevlar. I actually acquired this. So I believe in Kevlar. I sell Kevlar. You can get 10 feet for $4 or $5, whatever. I kind of like it. The rubber stuff, I just noticed that those rubber elastics and all that stuff over time, the more ejection charge hit them, they're going to snap on you eventually. But I don't still use them though. I don't, just change them out. That's it. Just change them out. But in Kevlar, we trust for the most part.
When you put that kit up for pre-order, I'll buy one. And I got a 5-year-old. I got a 5-year-old son. So
for sure,
I try to introduce him to a lot of my hobbies.
Nice.
Some he likes, some he doesn't like. So
I got you.
What happens? But we're trying to get into more model rocketry because my older brother's been buying some stuff, and we've been going out and launching. But that's cool that you have a kit, and you've also got your cards, right? So are your cards photos that you've taken?
Yeah, they're all photos from my launches. Yeah. Those are all part of my own collection. Yeah, and there's one pack of cards left, and they're done. Like they grabbed them up. They did really well. I did 2 runs of them. And people grabbing them. There's one signed card in there. There's like one pack of cards that's still sitting on the site. And once that's done, that series is done. Then it'll be on to series 2. But the rocket is next. That's the next release from Model Rock 321.
Awesome, man. That is
it's fun, man.
Do you make the cards yourself then?
Yeah, I had them. I didn't print them myself. I have manufactured. I select the photos and I write all the text in a copy and get it all copied and proofread, and then get them sent out and get a little short run made. A friend of mine that used to shoot my photos, he wanna come out and do round 2s. And let me know whenever you want me to shoot some photos. He's really good. My friend Marlo, good photographer. So he wants to come out and do that.
Man. You got a whole production. I when you do your launch videos, I always like your lead up to the launch too. You always have you have your little catchphrases and stuff, and I love it. I'm like, here we go, man.
Just a little chit chat. Yeah. My only problem, I like my videos too, but the main complaint, and I see it too, is the zoom. Yeah. Because when they're way up there, some of them are really high, and you can't see them, you can lose them. But when I try to zoom with the camera that I use, it's a zoom that's on the screen. So I have to touch the side of the screen to zoom. And if you don't get it in the right place, it'll refocus and then things will get blurry. Then I can lose the rocket. So Sergeant Soldier, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Sergeant Soldier.
But yeah, you'll lose.
He's down there in Nacogdoches, Texas.
I like that name. That's cool.
Yep. James is great.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
So the Astrocam, I've got my Astrocam right here. We just bought one.
Like it.
So the Astrocam is awesome. I really liked it. I did some videos this week with it. One crashed and the other one was okay. The hardest part for me on the Astrocam is remembering to hit the button to turn it on.
Yeah, setting it up right. You gotta have a
Bluetooth remote would be nice.
Right. It seemed like the technology would be there. I'm sure it's coming. Like that's something somebody can develop. Like on your phone, you can see, it's live. Just hit record. But it's coming. All that stuff's gonna happen. Like SDs
Oh,
is they're staying on like Aerotech. You see what Aerotech got? And I had this idea to be able to launch from your phone. Aerotech's coming out
oh,
with it.
oh, really?
They got it. Yeah, it's coming.
Wow.
Even
How's that gonna
Tim.
work?
Oh, I think it's a like some kind of relay box that you hook the igniter to go in the
So,
rocket. It
like a
connects with your
Bluetooth?
phone. I don't know if it's going to be
Whoa.
Bluetooth. If it is, I heard that Bluetooth can't launch the power. I don't think the power is correct for Bluetooth to launch an Aerotech igniter. That was some years ago. They may have figured it out because even
Holy
on
smokes.
at Apogee Components, Tim sells a kit. He sells it. You can launch wirelessly because so a lot of high power they launch wirelessly all the time. But I think it's going to be standard for like hobby model rockets to do it, which is going to be
Whoa.
cool. It's a software, it's an app you got to get to be able to launch. So it's coming. The technology, the world, everything is. It's all here. All the stuff we ever dreamed of, it's all here.
Oh, we know. Jetsons.
Like Optimus Prime. You see him? He transforms. You see
I
it?
know he
That
did a
one you saw?
Transformer one. Oh man, there's
He's
some
like
people. There's
He's like $700, but
oh my god,
he
if you're a
transforms.
Transformers fan, there's some Transformers out now that
Yeah.
Takara makes that are like wild.
Oh yeah, it's some cool stuff. Yeah,
Whoa.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. I like the Transformers, but I don't have any. I gotta have enough stuff already. But
Oh
they make
dude.
some cool stuff. I like
Yeah,
them, man. They're cool.
I love
They're
Transformers.
like
I love all toys. I'm a Shogun. We're a big Shogun Warriors. You remember Shogun Warriors?
I do. That's cool.
Dude, that's a
You,
wormhole you don't
all
want
that
to go
stuff's out
down.
there. I'm not. You know where I slightly go down, but then I back out.
What?
Gundam,
Oh
Gunpla. You know
yeah.
Gundam.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
RX-78. That stuff is so cool. Like the cartoon. It's from the '70s. Like it's
Oh
cool.
yeah. I love
Storyline. Oh man, it's great. Yeah,
I
it's
love
great.
Japanese. Well, I love Japanese anime from back in the old days. I love
Yeah.
the old Japanese kung fu movies. Wu Tang Clan, right?
Oh, I already know. Yeah, that stuff is good.
I
Master
mean,
of the Flying Guillotine, all that stuff. Yeah.
oh my word,
Five
son!
Deadly Venoms. Oh, yeah. It's great. That is
It's
like the great stuff.
the when you let that Japanese culture influence, come in and influence your pop culture, it just turns. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
It goes way back because there's like the Shaw Brothers stuff. Like then you get the
Oh.
Bruce Lee stuff. It's crazy rabbit hole. It's some great stuff.
I always tell
Great stuff
everybody I
that came
love
out.
Battle of the Planets, Science Team Ninja Gotcha, man. I used to be a big fan
Yeah,
of that when I was
yeah.
a kid, man. I was
Nice.
just God, man. All those things when I was a kid. Voltron, I'm a huge Voltron fan.
Speaking of Voltron, I have Voltron in this right in here, little walk-in closet. He's like buried in there, but there's Voltron diecast metal.
You got
Not
that
the
one?
original one.
Oh,
It's not the original. It's the he's diecast, but he's the reissue. I forget the company.
is it Trendmasters?
Trendmasters. Yeah, that's the
I
one
got
in the
that one
box.
too.
Yeah.
It's a great.
I have
one.
him. Yeah, I think he's from like '97 or 2000 somewhere. But
Yeah.
he's a cool one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
a friend of mine has a
Voltron.
toy shop out here. A friend of mine have a pop shop out here. He got all this stuff in there, and he has Jetfire, so Transformer Jetfires in
Oh,
there.
he has
like,
that one
in the box. Yeah, it's for sale though. Very expensive, but
oh my
yeah.
God, how much does he want for that?
I forget. It was maybe 800 or 900. Maybe.
No, I don't doubt that.
Do you know what? I think a guy from the TV news bought it because the TV news came when the shop opened. They did like a grand opening.
Yeah.
I think this reporter actually bought it. Because this reporter out here in Phoenix is into it. Yeah. It's called Polar Bears Pop Shop. They may be somebody you need to link up with. I bet to link you up with them. Because if you talk to James, if me and you are writing the same, you guys will be even more James's. He's all this stuff in 80s toys. It's a shop. It's great. It's called Polar Bears. I had to link you up with him. I'll tag you and maybe you guys can do something.
Yeah,
for sure.
That'd be really fun, man. Oh,
yeah, because he got Joe's and he does toy shows. Once in a while, I'll do toy shows too and sell some. But I have other stuff too. I have my Rockets. None of them don't touch the toy show, but I have other stuff. I have some Legos and I have some other stuff that I had over the years. I'll go set up a table and just sell some stuff and meet people and tell them about Model Rock 321 and all that. It's a big community. Phoenix has amazing events.
Oh, I bet.
I don't know if you know it or not, but
I bet.
If you ever look into the events, like today there's a gamer show. Last weekend there was a Lego show, not Lego, but a different Lego show that's traveling. There's all kind of food festivals and concerts. This time of the year before it gets too hot, it's all kinds of stuff going on.
Well, I saw Mattel is getting ready to build like some kind of like theme park out there. So it's going to be like
Wow.
Hot Wheels land, Masters of the
Oh,
Universe land,
wow. I
Barbie
didn't
land.
know.
We're big Hot
Wow.
Wheels guys. That's what I was going to tell you about this Astro Cam. So I've got
Nice.
the Hot Wheels car that takes the
Oh,
GoPro Hero 5, but the problem is
yeah.
the dudes at Mattel didn't factor in the fact that this is too wide to go through a booster. So you put the camera on there and it won't go through the booster. So
Wow.
this Astro Cam, actually, I can attach it to a Hot Wheels car the same way I attach it to a model rocket, essentially. And
Yeah.
it will go through all my stuff.
That's cool.
So
Nice.
I'm going to use that for some Hot Wheels videos this coming year. I got a big video I'm
There
getting
you
ready to
go.
do where we're going to build a track through our house, coming out off
Yeah.
our back porch, and then
I got to see it. Nice.
3D printed suspension bridge that's going to go all the way, probably like 60 feet
Nice.
to our fence. So
That is
we're going to
cool.
try that. So I love the
Yeah, I have
Astro Cam. It's so versatile.
That is cool. I have a few Hot Wheels. I have a few
Oh
of them.
yeah. Oh man, I
Yeah, I have a
love
few.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I have.
love
Yeah.
building track.
Oh, the track. Yeah, I remember is it still the same with this little? I remember this little flat piece that would join the track together. Is that still the same, or did they change?
Way
things
better.
up?
Way
They're
better
different.
now. Way better now.
Oh, okay,
They got
better for sure.
They actually designed it to where it clicks in and it'll lock into little holes, and it has
Yeah.
these springs that lock it all together. It's way
Nice.
better. But yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I've watched a few races. Something bots a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Got a racer. Something bot. I think that they do a lot of 3D printed stuff. I think, but they race Hot Wheels in this time, and the guy narrates. It's a cool channel. Like he races them. So,
There's so
but
many
yeah, I've
cool
seen some of that
channels
stuff.
out there.
It is. Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
It's
my
good to
God.
see. I like it. Yeah.
I do too, man.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be in the hobbies. And hobbies, I mean, I always tell everybody, like, find a hobby, man. I mean, hobbies,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
If you like stress, anxiety, whatever, just find a hobby. I've got too many hobbies. That's
Right.
my problem.
Yeah. I limited I keep on it's the Rockets. The Rockets are at the top. I fell off with the records. I get hip hop, these vinyl records, like these certain editions, these limited editions. So I like the record, like vinyl. I'll go to record shows. I'll go to record stores. At record store day. I kind of went down with that because I'm like, okay, I got enough. You know, you see them on there, probably on the shelf back there. You see records back there.
Oh yeah, I can
Rockets
see
on top.
records. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, so I like vinyl records. But yeah, it's many rabbit holes. Like lately, I've just been I put on the Pacific. You ever see that show? Pacific, World War II.
Yeah.
America. So I had that on just in the background while I'm working. And then I was like, oh man, let me pull out my RC tanks. I forgot to have RC tanks. So I pulled that out, was driving that around. So I like that. I like crawlers and RC, everything. So,
but
yeah,
I'm with
cool.
you. My biggest problem is
cool.
I do bridge repair. So that's what I do. I work on bridges and I design bridge repair. So it's like we'll go through a really busy period of time and then we'll go through a period of time where it's kind of a lull. When the lull hits, it's not a good time for me because in my mind.
Gotcha.
So then I start thinking about things. So for example, I'll be like, okay, Shogun Warriors. I'll try to look for a Shogun Warrior piece I need for one of my son's Shogun Warriors. And then I'll see something else that reminds me of something else. And next thing you know, I'm 5 steps off to the right, looking at something I had as a kid going, man, should I buy this?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm trying to explain to my wife why we're getting another package in the mail, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh,
yeah, I'm waiting. Like I said, I'm waiting. The only thing I'm waiting on right now, package wise, is the Esty. Yeah. We on the space shuttle to come. So when that comes, I'm gonna do a review, and I'm gonna get out and fly that bad boy immediately. Like I'm gonna go to the park. I found another park to fly in, and it's so cool here. Like it is a cool city. Like they have parks where sometimes no flying allowed in certain parks, but other ones are open and friendly for recreation. That one park I was flying in, RC going on, RC planes. The guy had a drone, and I'm launching rockets. And an RC car guy. I'm like, all right, it gets too busy. Like a plane's gonna get hit. I'm like, as soon as I'm about to launch a plane finder, I'm like, I gotta wait because this guy. So, but I found another field where it's more not all that activity. I like it, but it's like it's too much going on. But yeah, man, it's just hobbies are cool. So it's a lot to do. Do you have a drone? You ever play with a drone?
I do not have a drone. My brother has. I got a brother Matt whose son has a drone. I have not messed with drones.
Okay.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I do. I got one a couple years ago. It don't get as much use as it should because usually my wife is launching and I'm recovering and talking. I need a third or fourth person to do the drone. So I could put it up, but then I have to bring it back. It's just too much now. Then it gets hot here, and it's too much. You want to
You'd
keep
have
an
to-
eye on it. Just go ahead.
You better watch out, man. You might turn it into an actual production company.
For sure.
Next thing you know, you might have Model Rockets 321, and you got producers and everybody else out there
Now,
doing everything.
For sure, I've had that. I used to shoot a lot of video. I had some nice video cameras, and I did that stuff and freelanced it and did all that stuff. But once I left the Art Institute, I'm a graphic designer.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I play with film. I love film, love movies,
Oh my
all
gosh.
that stuff. I don't get to watch as many anymore, but I do. I do like my films and stuff. So.
Well, that's what I do.
production.
I'm not a graphic designer, but I do photo stories. So I go out,
nice.
I take my GI Joes out into the woods or whatever, and then I
Yeah.
take pictures, and then I bring them back,
yeah.
and then I build a story with the pictures, and I got a little stop motion in there. But
That's cool.
If you ever get a chance to get on my channel, you can watch some of them.
I will do it.
They're fucking very entertaining, actually.
Oh, that's cool. I will check it out.
I enjoy doing that more than anything, probably. I've inspired a lot of the other guys in our group to get out. We've got a whole group of guys that do photo stories, and I think this next year we're gonna all get together, this Axis of Awesome core group, and we're gonna do an anthology series where we have a common theme, and then we all do a photo story of some kind that incorporates this theme together. So
yeah, that's cool. Very nice.
Fun to do. Yeah, I love getting out and doing stuff with my toys. It's just awesome, man. It's just.
Let me ask you, where do you get your stuff? Do you go picking? Do you do thrift store, yard sales? How do you dig? Yep. Okay, you dig.
I
dig.
I go picking. I mean, that's where that's funny that you should mention that, because it was last August, and my wife and I went to an auction 15 minutes from our house, south of us.
Yeah.
And it was this little auction house right off Interstate 70. And I went down there for some G.I. Joe stuff. So there's this whole table that's there, and it has Hot Wheels. And then I see all this old early 80s, late 70s Estes Model Rocket stuff.
Wow. See,
and I got this whole lot. I got 3 launcher rockets, everything for $5.
I would have bought it all. Same here. I have stumbled. Yeah, you have to, right? Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I scored big on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, that's where I got that USS America, that Centauri USS America. I said, man, I need to launch this thing.
That is cool.
I restored it, launched it. It crashed, but I enjoyed doing it the whole time.
Oh, man, yeah.
And that's how ironically, that's how I discovered you, because that was the video that I launched that I put you on Instagram. So it's kind of weird how that all transpired. So what? Do you go picking in for stuff?
Oh yeah, not lately. I usually just stumble upon it. I don't go out on purpose. Like I said, I got my grails. I'm complete. I'm complete. I got that, and I got my Century Grail, which is Little Joe 2, like 4-engine cluster sealed. Like that is the Grail. That's the pinnacle. So I have all that stuff. SD sending me stuff. If I stumble upon something, and I happen to see something on Craigslist, then I have to have it. I got to make that move. Like Marcy, let my wife know I got to do this. So ATM to this person, I'm coming now.
That's
wait right there. If I have to have it, I don't have to have every rocket, but if it's a Grail, if it's something that's rare, I'm there. So that's typically how I play it. Or a yard sale. If I had the time, if I'm strolling, as I see a yard sale, I'll pull over. Let me take a look, make sure ain't but.
Yeah, that's what I do. I try to keep everything in a 50-mile radius of me.
Yeah.
So I try to buy up every vintage G.I. Joe thing in a 50-mile radius. If I see it at an auction, I'll try to buy it. Not all the time, but I will. That's how I was going to show you. I think I reached out to you. That's how I got this this big old monster right here.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah.
You said it was lock precision?
That's what I thought. I thought it was a lock.
I think it is. I got on their site and I reached out to them. So we're gonna restore this baby.
Nice.
Let me pull this. This
parachute
is a massive rocket, man.
It's huge. It's definitely a high power. Oh yeah, it's high power for sure.
I was my brother and I were talking about it, and we're like,
it's definitely a high power.
We're like, we found engines for it, and I think I could be wrong here, but I was looking at ordering the engine. You have to pay like a hazmat fee to get it shipped to
For
you.
sure.
And
Yes.
I'm like, holy shit, is
Now,
ATF going to show up at my house?
no, not yet. No, you're good. So that certification, it depends on the motor. You can go up to G without a certification. G
Wow.
motors, yeah, H, I, J, all the way up. You got to be certified level. I'm level 1. There's 3 levels.
Okay.
There's level 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, up to a G you can buy. It may be a reload, you may need a casing. I don't have any of that stuff out, but yeah, there's a casing. You have to build some of them. And some you can buy as single use. So up to a G, which that may take. If you can find out what rocket it is, it'll tell you what motors. Yeah, 38 or 29. Somebody put. Yep. I was wondering, is that a 38 or 29? You know what size the diameter of the motor tube is?
I think it's 20. It's 29. I measured it.
Oh, 29. Okay, so like a high G and some H's. They're H. I think H180s. If a certified person, they could fly. That would probably be nice in there. But definitely some G's. Cesaroni, there's CTI, there are other brands of motors out there too. So
we got to get a shoot for it too. We're gonna do a video restoring it. I think so. That's gonna
definitely. Yeah, collect that footage. Yeah.
I didn't know how big it was, Keith. When I bought that, I bought it at an auction up the road for me. It was $15, right?
Oh yeah, so people. Yeah.
I didn't know how big it was. My mom, I got it. My mom and dad went and picked it up, and my mom's like, "What are you gonna do with this?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Do you know how big this rocket is?" I'm like, "I don't know. Is it like, like 2 foot tall?" She's like, "No, Jeff, it's 4 foot tall." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, it's a big one. So that'd definitely be a high G.
It was taller than about as tall as my son at the time, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" When she brought it, I'm like, "Oh my god, that is a giant rocket."
Yep, definitely a G in there. G. Yep.
Oh, it's like
but the hazmat fees come in when the propellant's over a certain amount, they're gonna charge a hazmat fee. Yeah, that's how it goes. It can be. Say again.
Have you shot anything that big?
Yeah, in my garage, I'm certified level 1, so I have one at my Iris. Yeah, I have an Iris. I have some other bigger ones. I just don't as much because I be with the club, and they launch on rails instead of the little tube, the little rod. These are rail launchers. Any equipment, the wires, and different stuff that the club has that I don't. But yeah, I'm at level 1. I got certed in Jersey, so I do have some high power in the casings, and I have some motors too. I have some. I think I have an H180 White Lightning in there, Aerotech. These are all reload motors, or you have to build these 2 casings. You keep the motor, the case. Yeah. Oh, all the internal stuff get burned out, but you keep the aft and the forward closure in the casing. And you just buy the internal stuff.
Do some research on this.
Oh yeah, look into high power. Look into high power. It's easy to get certified. Like that rocket could actually get you a L1 certification. You got to be a member of NAR. Somebody who has a L1 or above got to cert you. They got to see the rocket. They got to review it. You got to launch it. It recovers with no damage. And then you get signed off, and they'll send you the card. And they'll say L1 on there. So
if you knew all the guys I worked with, they'd hear everything you just said and be like, "He's not doing any of that, actually."
Oh,
they're like, he's gonna fail at every level. No, they would.
That's funny. But you build bridges. I think you got a good grip on this stuff.
I got a lot of guys give me a hard time about stuff. But,
that's funny. Awesome. I got you.
I was gonna share this with you. Speaking of rockets and some of the rockets you've made, I just restored this.
Yeah, let's see.
It's a
that's cool. That's for G.I. Joe.
Capsule, yep.
Now that's the kind of stuff. Go ahead. I was gonna say that's the kind of stuff. If I'm out and about and I see it, I'll buy it. Like at a thrift store or something, I'll get that. That's cool. Yeah. So you say you restored it?
I just restored it. I got at the auction where I got all those ST's model rockets. I got this too, and my good friend Jim Egner, he does a lot of 3D printing for our hobby. He made this really cool stand for it, and
that's nice.
He did the stand. I'll put it on here and show you. He did the stand, and when I saw that he made the stand, I said, I better restore this rocket. So I just did a video.
That is sweet. Rocket. That's cool. That's
I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this capsule. I wanted to share that with you.
That's cool.
I've done some rockets that have that capsule on it. So
Mercury. Yep.
It's great.
How many Joes fit in there?
One. Just
one guy. Okay, one. Yeah.
It's a weird capsule. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool for 1965 or 66 or the year it came out. But I got the full spacesuit and everything for it. I'll probably do a video at some point for it.
Nice.
But I had one. I had one as a kid. My mom and I got me at a garage sale, but it wasn't in great shape. So when I found this one, I just kind of restored it, and I love the
Right.
space stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
I can't
I
get
do.
enough of it.
Right on. I do
Did
have a
you?
question. Oh,
Yep.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Tell me. What do you got?
When do you remember GI Joe releasing the bigger figures again? Was that in the 90s or in the 2000s? Like
Both.
they released. Oh, so they kept them going.
Yep.
Now I'm talking like Storm Shadow. I remember like a Storm Shadow being out.
Yep.
Maybe a Cobra Commander, maybe Snake Eyes. So you have those?
Yep, I do. Well,
Oh, that's
what happened
okay.
was in 90, I want to say 92, 93, Hasbro released a 12-inch figure at Target stores. It was a Duke. And it came with this giant electronic gun. And it was really, really successful. So then they released this line of 12-inch figures called the Hall of Fame line. And
there you go. I remember that's it.
Yep, all the Real American Hero figures in a 12-inch scale. And they were really bulky bodies, almost like Barbie-style bodies, but a little more articulation, not much. And then they did that from probably 92 to maybe 90, 93, 95. Then they came out with the Classic Collection, which was a lot more articulated, a lot more detailed sets. They had a lot of really cool space sets. And then in the early 2000s, they came out with this line called Valor versus Venom. And then they had the more articulated versions of like Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, all those guys. Who is your favorite Real American Hero character?
You talking G.I. Joe? Just
yeah. Did you have
I'm gonna go. I do. Now I'm thinking about these figures. Understand? I'm 3 3/4.
Yep. Yeah.
Man. So it's either gonna. It's hard to pick, but I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
I do like Firefly though. I mean, these are some great characters. I'm gonna go Snake Eyes though.
Firefly was a great character. The first character I got was Stalker. Stalker was great. I love Stalker.
He was good. Camo. I remember him.
Yep.
Camo
Stalker,
guy, right?
I remember Stalker. He was. I remember because I used to read the file cards, and I loved the box.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Stalker was a Ranger, and I loved Rangers. You know, I loved the Green Beret and Rangers. Stalker was super cool. He had the Green Beret. Snake Eyes was also a commando, and you always loved him. So
Storm Shadow, it's good ones.
Oh my God, when Storm Shadow first came out, the ninja. I mean, early '80s ninja movies.
Exactly. You get it. Yes, you right. Remember here's the figure really quick before I forget. The camo storm. Remember the camo Storm Shadow when he had the bow and the bow? That is a great. Yeah, that was good.
When he turned good. He turned good.
Yeah.
Flipped.
So you went.
One of the cooler figures I can remember from those early '80s lines was Zartan.
Oh, the best. I forgot about him. So, the sun, you put him in the sun. Yeah. And Zarana and his brother. He had brother and sister, right?
The Dreadnoks. The Dreadnoks. All Florida men. When they talk about Florida man, it's the Dreadnoks, man.
That's them, yeah. What's his name? Buzzer and Ripper. Some I get their names.
Ripper, Zanzibar. Zarana and her brother Xandar.
These
different Dreadnoks. The Dreadnoks, they had their car. They had that awesome looking.
Yeah, they had that vehicle. Yeah, their vehicle.
That's
great
one
stuff.
Of the funny things. That's one of the funny things about our hobby, the G.I. Joe guys, is you have 12-inch guys, the 1/6 scale. You've got the O-ring 1982 guys, which is kind of our era.
I've seen. I was there.
The other ones. And they're all so passionate about it. And it's like street gangs, right? So
I got you.
You'll get on a freaking chat and they'll just like going at each other. And it's
really
wow, bro.
I remember you know this. I know you know all this stuff. I remember when there was no swivel arm. I remember when the swivel arm, they put that there was none at first.
Yep. It was just the elbows, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember Buck Rogers, the TV series?
Vaguely. Now, it was before me. It was vaguely.
I watched Buck Rogers. I still watch it on Tubi sometimes, but I love that TV series as a really little kid. And they had Mego had a series of 3 3/4 inch scale figures that had that, and I always broke those damn arms off. But
Yeah.
yeah, before the swivel arm battle grip, that first 82, it was, I mean, it was super cool. The articulation's fine, but I would always break the darn thumbs off the guys.
The thumbs, yeah. You try to put the gun or something in there. Yeah, they got broke. I had some broken hands, just guys like this.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
I've watched
You ever
people
make
repair those.
Oh yeah, remember making repairs with the rubber band? I was going to talk about that. You
Oh,
ever open
yeah.
the back up and double up a rubber
yeah.
band or triple it, and then he's
Yeah.
back? Yeah, but that rubber
O-ring,
band
man,
would break
O-ring
too.
repairs.
O-rings, yep.
I remember having some of my GI Joes, and when Mask came out,
Mask. I remember Mask.
I took some of my GI Joes with Tester's model paint and tried to paint them to look like the Mask guys.
Like the mascot, yeah. Mask was cool. I liked Mask. I'm not sure if their price point. They were a little skinnier, right? I think they were smaller, slightly
like
smaller.
two and a
They were
quarter.
cool. Yeah, a little bit smaller. Here's a great toy. A friend of mine had. I didn't have any, but they were so good. Centurions.
Oh,
You know those?
dude. Oh yeah.
Remember
the
them?
the modular armor you can snap in.
You can stick. Yeah. That was the sweet spot. Like these are so. This is like I couldn't hardly describe it. Like this is some good stuff right here.
Max
Man,
Ray,
Centurion.
I had
Max
underwater guy. Hey, not to send you down a wormhole, but there's a company who's remade those in a little bit, like a 6-inch scale, I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
I've looked
That's
at
pretty cool.
Centurions. Oh, I
Here's
love
a
Centurions.
I have a trivia for you.
Okay, hit me up.
Trivia. Hopefully I'm right, and I think I'm right. What is the largest? Yeah, I'm gonna say the largest toy, accessory, or toy ever made.
Is it the USS Flag?
You got it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You got it. The
you
flag.
Know anybody who had that?
No, my friend that got me into he wanted it, but he didn't get it. I thought he was going to get it. We thought he was going to get it. My friend that got me into the hobby and rocketry. We speak to this day. That named Rodney that got me into it. He still knows I do the rockets. He came close because he had some other big. His mom. He had a lot of stuff. But that was the one he wanted. Like, man, you gonna get it? You gonna get it for Christmas? You gonna get it? It didn't happen, but came close. I didn't know anybody that had that one.
Oh, no. I knew
the flag.
I knew a kid. We didn't play together, but I knew a kid who had it. Apparently, my wife's brother had it when he was a kid, and I was like, "How did you get that USS Flag, bro? I didn't even know you were a GI Joe guy." The space shuttle that they had for GI Joe was super cool too.
I was going to get to that. Oh, that's great. I saw that. Like I watched a YouTube on a guy. He was showing it. That thing was nice. That was nice.
Yeah. That was a
nice
cool playset. I remember seeing that at Kmart going, God dang, man.
Yeah. What was the price back then? What was the price on that thing? You remember? It was $89 or something? What was it cost?
Yeah, but way more than my mom and dad were going to spend.
Yeah, some stuff I knew not to even.
Oh, yeah.
some toys I knew not to even ask for. Like, I know I ain't getting that. Some of the vehicles I would get, though.
That's one of my best stories I tell everybody. And when I was in 4th grade, I think it was 1984, everybody, the original Matchbox Voltron 5 Lions figure, I wanted it so bad. And my dad told me, he goes, I'll tell you what, if you make straight A's, all 4 quarters, I'll get you that Voltron 5 Lions, right? So, and I wasn't the greatest student in the world. I went to freaking, I was with a Catholic school, and it was rough for me. I didn't like it at all, but I did. I got straight A's 4 quarters. So I did it. I pulled it off, right? I'm like, okay, this is how much I want this. I'm going to do it. We went to Walgreens in the shopping mall in Terre Haute, Indiana, to get that Voltron 5 Lions. I remember right after school got out. My dad walks in there with me, sees the price of that Voltron, because it was like $25 in 1984 for the black lion, $25 for the red and green, and $25 for the blue and yellow. And he's like, no, sir. He's like, no, sir. He's like, you gotta pick one lion. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Oh man.
No
so I picked
way.
Black Lion. So I had the black lion. That's all I had. I could never form Voltron. And to this day, I always tell everybody, like, sometimes you gotta break a promise. Sometimes you gotta break a promise. Oh,
that's funny.
I worked my ass off. Oh, I struggled with multiplication speed tables or whatever, and I
Gotcha. Yeah.
I would just practice hard, and I did not get that Voltron. So that
Wow.
sticks with me to this day. I'm like,
Bob, that, yeah. Do you still have him? The line long gone?
never got him. Never bought him. I think when I graduated from college, the first thing I bought was that Trendmasters Voltron that you have.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I went to Toys R Us and bought that. That's what I bought. Everybody else is buying vehicles and shit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go get a Voltron.
Nice. Hey, at least you got something. You got what you wanted there, at least.
Oh,
wow,
man.
that's a good story, man. It's not a good story. It's a story, but it would have been nice if you just said, you know what, I'm gonna get you all of. I promise you, I'm gonna get them all for you.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, I remember that to this day. I give my parents shit about that all the time. I still do.
One day he's gonna buy. He's gonna take you one day, and we're gonna track him down and all on the internet now, I'm sure.
Oh, I've seen it. There's probably gonna be like my like Google's probably listening to me right now. I'm gonna get like all these different.
He's gonna show up. Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna.
Have you seen?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Good. You turn good.
Have you
seen?
You go.
Real quick, and then you can bounce right back. It's just yes or no. On Bad Boy Toys, you seen that Voltron with the figures that go in there and all that? He's super big, crazy, right? I think LED lights. He's nice. I think it's nice.
I spent the other night laying in bed. My wife's reading a book. I'm watching this guy 3D print a complete Voltron on YouTube. Just like at home. I'm like, how is this?
Interesting.
I'm like, what is going on here? Like, what? There's like levels. There's like levels to everything, and I'm like,
it is. You're right.
The most amazing level I've ever seen. That's a story of parental disappointment. Yeah, it is.
For sure. That is.
I was going to ask you about rockets, man. So have you bought the is it the Falcon 9?
Yes, I do have that.
Yeah.
From Estes.
Did it come complete? Is it come complete?
Already built. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Now that is a shelf queen.
Oh, I bet.
I can't fly. Everything they did things too perfect. Like they work with SpaceX. The pieces are laid in foam. Like they did too good. The packaging is nice. It's like too good. So I'm like, okay, you guys didn't skimp at all. This is one I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep that one. Yeah, they did good with that. It was $169 or something. I think they threw me a discount. There was no discount, but my person was like, hey, if you want to get it, I got you. Put your order in and we got you. So I did get a reduction there. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, big box, like inlaid. Like I think it's like one of those slide through boxes. I think like with a shell. Like I'm a big packaging nut. I love from my graphic design days. I look at all that. So I'm like, okay, they spared no expense. They did good. Spec wise, it's all perfect. Like they did good. It's like I said, I'm not gonna fly it. Like that's why I'm just keeping the box. I don't think so because I have because I have on the shelf. I have from Max Q. He's another guy named Randy. He's 3D printing. Let me grab it really quick.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, he's.
Let me get you on a solo layout here, and you can really show everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy at Max Q, he's getting some nice press right now. Yeah, this is his 3D printed one. I did all the burns and stuff. I love weathering and all that. He even had these. Yeah, I did all the weathering. Yeah, I love doing weathering and stuff like that. But yeah, he didn't. It came bare bones. You do have to do some building. These fairings, they close. The landing legs fold up. Then you have the clear fin unit that goes on. All 3D printed. Like this, you screw off to add the clear fin. Put your motor in, add the clear fin. Yeah, he did a good job. And this flies super stable, super straight. He did a great job. So that's Max Q rocketry. He's releasing some good stuff. He has he has the SpaceX stuff. He has Vulcan. He has their stuff. Falcon Heavy, which like stuff that he coming out. I can't keep up. So much stuff coming out, I can't keep up. But yeah, he did a good job. Like he did a good job with this rocket. Oh yeah, he even did like the motor deal here. Parachute attached to that little loop right there. So it's a really good kit. Really good kit. So
wow, that is a pretty kit.
Yeah. It's nice. It is really nice. Like stuff fits in place. Like it's got some detailing on there with some of the fairings and little conduits will connect with that piece. Had to go in that way. But yeah, these fairings they fold down. Like They were kind
Wow.
of janky and loose at first, but he sent me another set that fit better. You know, it's 3D printing, so you have to, some quality control
Yeah.
stuff at first. But yeah, pretty nice. And then the lander legs, like I said, these fold up. They fold up. They kind of,
Wow.
some stuff's kind of weird a little bit, but overall, a great kit. Great kit. And it flies, so it's a good kit.
Oh, wow. I
It's
would be
pretty nice.
scared.
It's pretty nice. No, this one is the flyer. I'm scared to fly the Estes one. This one,
Yeah.
like I said, this one, yeah, I'll put this one up there. I put it up there like 3 or 4 times already. I put it up.
Do
So
you know anybody who's flown that Estes Falcon 9 at all?
yeah, yeah, my friend Kevin, he's a follower of mine. He's in my comments a lot. Kevin at I think it's Kevin's Models in Cards. He does cards like collector cards, and he do a lot of flying. He's been flying a lot of rockets lately. He flew the Estes when I think it got broke. I think it did get broke. So I told him, well, you flew yours. I don't have to fly mine now.
Oh man!
Shout out to my friend. Shout out to Kevin. Yeah, he flew his. He took it right out there. But now, like I said, that company Max Q, he makes all these rockets, all these scale ones, all 3D printed. I'm like, that's cool, good, easy to build, fast. You can get out and fly. I'm like, kind of like the same day.
I'll have to check those out. I'll have to check those kits out.
For sure, Max Q. Check him out.
Oh,
Max
cool.
Q Rockets. Yep, Max Q Rockets. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video this summer. We went to a local park. It was like a county park, and they got the fire towers that you climb up. It's like 75 feet in the air.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to put my GoPro camera on my G.I. Joe, and it was a British G.I. Joe, like an action man, and I was going to throw him off of there, and I was going to let the camera go. And then I got up there, and I got to the top, and I thought it was going to be like when I was a kid when I throw it, and then the chute comes open, and then it was going to be an awesome video, right? Well, I get all the way up to the top. There's a tree, so I didn't want to throw my Joe and get him stuck in the tree. So I just tossed him, and the chute never opened. So I got this priceless British G.I. Joe.
Oh, man.
And it hits the ground. The only thing that broke was his goggles. And then I realized at the time what I did. So I went down and got him. And then I actually recovered and dropped the chute this time. And
open the chute, already open.
Yeah.
Right.
But all the guys in the comments, I got murdered in the comments.
They tear you up, yeah. They tore you up, yeah.
You not know how to throw a parachute? I'm like, dude, I know how to throw a parachute. I climbed 75 feet to the top, and I had a brain fart, So yeah, I know how those things go when you're trying to do something in your brain.
It's just slowing down. Yeah, I just know, like, slow down, like take a deep breath and let the brain think, because you went up there, you were ready to go, you had to climb something. Were you allowed to be up there?
Yeah.
Were you allowed to be up? You were allowed to be there. Okay, so totally legal, so you were good. You know, sometimes it's like so much going on. Yeah, just sometimes slowing down a little bit. But I got
we found another one in southern Indiana this year at this national park down there called Brown County State Park, and it's 100 feet up in the air. Now, I'm gonna have to ask the park ranger when we go in if it's okay to drop that parachute. I think he's gonna be cool with it, but we'll see. But I got it all planned for this coming summer, so.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be a better video.
So really quick, when you drop them, you said a camera's attached to them?
Yep.
Cameras on the figure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you get somebody to film from the ground too? That'd be cool too.
My wife films from the ground. I drop it, and then I film from the top, and then we let the camera go. So this year I'll pull it out here. So I just got an off-brand GoPro Hero 5. So it's not the actual GoPro. It's like it's called a Run Cam, so it works great.
Yeah, I have one of them. I don't get much use, but yeah, I got one of those.
We're gonna put that on his chest. I designed a chest rig, so it'll be on his chest, and then I will strap the Astro Cam to his leg.
Oh, nice.
And then we'll drop
it
this coming year. So that's part of one of our plans. And I got another plan for a submarine. I got a buddy who has a swimming pool, so we're going to take the GoPro and we're going to go underwater and do a submarine video this coming year too. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're trying to. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw a guy, speaking of the U.S. flag and water. He made the U.S. flag float. Did you see that video?
I saw that. That is wild.
It is. He like figures in there. I think figures are in that one. I seen some fully stopped. like all these figures in there, and every compartment has some guys. So yeah,
Dude,
people are doing some stuff. People are doing
there's
some
some
things
people
out
out there in all these hobbies that are just like I said, there's levels to everything, and you see some people
Oh
that are
yeah,
like, holy
yes,
smokes, man.
yes,
I thought
and
I was on a great level, but
yeah, I'm seeing in rocketry. Here's where I'm like, boom. They are doing this right here. I think it's BPS rocketry. They are making those lander legs do what it do in this hobby on this size rockets. Maybe
so
D
it will
engine,
go
maybe a little bit
down.
bigger. The legs open up and it lands. Yes, slow and reverse thruster. Yeah, they're doing the vectoring and all that stuff. Yes. Look
What?
up BPS hobby. They are doing it. Yes.
BPS hobby. I'm gonna
Yeah,
write that down
yeah,
actually.
BPS hobby or BPS rocketry. One of them. Once you put in BPS, it's going to come up and you're going to see have your mind blown. I'm flying this on a simple level, like, but they are doing, yeah, with the electronics, it's great.
Could you
It's some great stuff
imagine
going
being
on.
out at a rocket launch and those guys just show up and they're like start doing that and you're like, well, I'll see you guys later.
No,
I'm gonna go
I'll be
home.
like, no, I'll be like, salute to you. I want to see, like, you on
Wow.
another. It's cool because it's a whole nother skill set.
Oh
It's
my
electronics,
god.
robotics. How are they making that engine reignite and thruster vec, and then the legs open and it lands? I've watched them for years. It will fall over a lot, but now they got it. It goes up, it'll stop, engine will fire again. If it's a second engine or I don't know, but it'll thrust vector. It's gyro in there, I guess steering it. Then the legs will open
Wow.
and it lands. They're doing it in model rocketry, like on a regular basis. Yeah, BPS did it a few years ago. Yep.
There we go, Andy.
Yeah, people are doing it now. Yeah, yeah,
Andy
people are doing it now.
Andy is he's on board with everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Andy and
Nice.
Indy, he's that guy is one of the most knowledgeable people in our hobby. It's amazing. He always
Nice.
hits me
Yeah.
up with some stuff, and I'm like, shoot,
Yeah.
man. See, Brian posts a
Yeah.
lot of
It's
his stuff online for his work, but that's cool, man.
yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's amazing to see it in this hobby. Like I said, but my SR-71 was a groundbreaking. As far as I know, I don't know anybody else who has ever did it. It's over there. It's Shelf Queen. That's kind of retired. But
You
I'll
retired it?
fly it again. I flown it again. Yeah. Once it got the article and it's it had a lot of crashes. I had a lot of repairs, but once I finally got that engine it ejected rearly, parachute come out the back. It was going too fast. All the crashes happened because it was going so fast. It would rip off every parachute. I was trying everything. No wadding. It just had like a piston. There's a piston between the gases and the parachute. So ejection fire would push a piston out, and the parachute would come. It ripped everything off with a C. I tried C63s. They were still going too fast. C67. Now it's pointing down, going too fast. It was just. But eventually, I got it where it was bulletproof, nylon parachute, and then got it right. That's when I was able to finish up the article. Okay, this is success, and got it. But
So you launched it. So you
yeah.
did you get one good launch in and then you just retired it?
Actually, I did another one after that. Yeah, but I was waiting. I wanted to get one to make it complete because you keep fixing and you keep finding out new things. And all right, I got to do this now. I got to do that now. So, and I finally got just enough epoxy, just strong enough, long enough shot cord where it would catch it. Like, okay, and that pair in a nylon parachute, because I was using plastic parachutes. And if those were ripping, I'm like, yeah, keep ripping those off. Like, and I would switch up and still had some problems with the knot. It was just a whole bunch of trial and error, but eventually it went on and worked.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, that
video.
one's up. It's up there. Yeah,
That's a great
the
video,
Blackbird.
man.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
lot of fun.
I
It's fun.
yeah, the SR-71 was a really cool video to watch you go through that whole process when you repaired it,
Yeah.
right? Because you had the crash.
Yep.
You had the
Yeah.
crash and you repaired it. So
But
so what's next? What you've got your model rocket coming out, your own
Yeah, the kit.
signature rocket coming out. Is there
Mhm.
anything else in the future that's coming that you can tell everybody about?
That's the big thing for right now. That's pretty much it, man. It's gonna keep flying. Still working with Estes. I want a kit by Estes to give. We talked about that. Have my own kit through them.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That's just something later on if it even happens. But other than that, just still flying and releasing some stuff and sharing the hobby. That's pretty much it for right now, man. That's pretty much it.
Great. So when
Just seeing where it go.
when can everybody expect the rocket to come out?
Probably mid-April.
Mid-April.
Mid-April. Yeah,
Will you drop a
mid-April.
video?
But it'll be a video. Oh yeah, we have some stuff shot already. It'll be
cool.
like some pre-order links and stuff like that on this account on my YouTube. It'll be a link once they go there and for the website and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of we're at with that right now. Just got to finish up getting all the packaging and stuff together. Working out a few kinks here and there. Rocket's ready though, all the parts.
Yep.
Like I said, short run, limited edition. So it'll be nicely priced. Won't be nothing too expensive, but just want to sell them out and have them out there.
I always tell everybody it's only money, man. They print it every day. That's what.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure.
So before we wrap this up, I have to ask you the Arizona question. UFOs, man. Do you see anything out there?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Yes. Oh, I got footage I can send you.
Oh wow.
Where are you? Now listen. I ain't gonna say I wasn't a believer. I like that stuff. I'll go down that rabbit hole.
Yep.
Where are you with? Do you think? What do you think? Because
I'll tell you what, man.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I go back and forth. You know, at first I was a huge believer, and then I was like, is this not?
Okay.
And then like, I tell you, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it just depends on what I listen to. Like like here's how I really look at it. Part of me believes that it's high tech government stuff. You know,
I'm with you there.
High tech government drones, and they're not telling us the truth about a ton of stuff. So why would they tell us the truth about that? And then another part of me believes like this is shit that everybody's like, this is way above our level of understanding, so we're going to pretend like we don't know what's going on. Like I always look back like to when the Spanish first came to the Americas, and that book, and they see the ships and they just can't process what the hell it is.
What is that? Yeah.
So they just don't don't know, and I almost feel like that's us sometimes.
I'm with you. And now I'm jumping real quick.
Yep.
It's so much coming out, so much coming out. You don't know what's real and what's fake. But I was always like, I would always watch the documentaries of when they had the alien autopsy, all that stuff. I go way back, like, what's up? I want to know what's up. Growing up in Jersey, I was a different kid. You know, I was into it, like, wow, what's up? What's up? I didn't have that mind yet to know that there's more levels to the government, and they sneaky. They some sneaky bastards. Sure. They doing all kind of stuff. So I moved to before I moved to LA. I was working at 20th Century Fox. Had a programming director. Yeah, we didn't get to that stuff. Had a programming director, this guy named Dwayne Bright. I lost contact with him, but he said, hey, man, this world, he said, I worked in program. I used to place commercials. This was in the 90s, like 98, 99. I was placing commercials. He said, you know what TV is all about? I'm like, it's here. He said, we work in programming. It's here to program you. That's what he told me. We're here to program you.
100%.
That's Dwayne Bright, where he blew my mind. This was before YouTube. So all the stuff, when it comes to entertainment, movies, all that stuff he has schooled me on it, like signs and symbols, like the level of government stuff, all that. He blew my mind. Like in 99, I had nowhere to go. He said, he showed me his books. He's like, look, I'm looking at these books. I'm like, what is it? Like just different stuff, like signs and symbols of the Illuminati, all this stuff. It's all around. From technologies that was going to come. Like, look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Look how we're speaking to each other. Yep. So that's just one level. And then we got to the UFO stuff. He told me it took years later for me to fully catch up. And now I'm kind of caught up now. I got all those books. They're not even, they're in the garage now. Because I done had 2 encounters. It is. But exactly, it drives some people crazy. You got to know how to process the information. Now, since we moved here, I had never seen anything. People would ask my friends, you see anything? I never seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. But I have another channel. I'll give it to you when we get on. I have another channel where I did put video up of some stuff I shot. Yeah. I contacted MUFON. You know MUFON?
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
I had to contact them with this one, but I'm not going to do that no more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to contact them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was filming a video. I can't how to get this out. I have footage. I got a video on my channel where I was Freddy the Cat. You familiar? You ever see that video when I was shooting the Green Goblin? You saw that Freddy the Cat video?
Yeah.
That day I filmed something broad daylight on accident. I use this little tripod right here. When I want a low angle launch, I'll put the camera on this. I hit record and my wife, so it didn't go for some reason. Like I was just getting things set up. When I was going back through the footage on my phone, I got pictures or video I have in different places now because I've had stuff disappear from my computer magically. I have a disc going across the sky
Isn't
like
that
that,
wild?
going away from me, heading west in those mountains with a disc. I have this.
What did you do? Did you do a double take? Did you do a double take?
Yeah, I jumped up, but I was going through the footage. It was like at night because I edited some stuff, and it was this blank screen. I was looking for the rock, like where'd the rocket go? I thought it was like that is just coming down, but it was this disc, like a disc-shaped object going down in the broad daylight. Oh, here's the kicker. My camera was, I set my camera on. I always do all my camera on this camera on my phone is super slow motion or just slow motion. This thing is in slow motion going. When I set it on real speed, you can't even see it. It just goes, it's in slow motion. Then it does that once the slow-mo kick off. You know how that works when you got that meter where you can set it? It automatically was on like slow motion. So I'm getting it like that, like that. But then at the very end, it runs out, and then you see the real speed. The real speed is amazing. I wouldn't have seen it.
It's too
It's
fast.
faster
Right?
than anything. I've seen jets. I've been around. I've seen fighter jets and all that stuff go. They slow compared to what I've seen and what I have.
Yeah, it's almost unbelievable, right?
Now, really quick, it could be our stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I don't.
It could be.
Not at all.
It could be.
Why would?
Because but they say they're 30 years out. They say the stuff that we're seeing, the junk we get to play with, they already mastered, some other things by now. Like we're getting jumped. Like
I always say like there's a when you watch like TV movies, they're trying to tell you what's going on, but you just don't see it, right? You just don't understand it.
Listen, when I was at Fox, check this out. When I was at Fox, Dwayne told me we would walk around like the Nakatomi Tower from the movie what's that? Die Hard.
Die Hard, yeah.
That is 20th Century Fox. That's one of their office buildings. That's there.
Oh, really?
They own that building. That's all office and workspace. He say, we got federal. They're here.
Oh,
they in bed with the media corporations. YouTube, all this stuff. They have to put stuff out so you can see. They got to steer you. Everything you get, they got to steer you. Even us, like in G.I. Joe and all that stuff. They wanted us to go to the military. Did you go?
Yeah.
They wanted us to.
Industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Everything is. So I see the world totally different. We're talking just our fun stuff.
Me too.
Can go.
We can go completely off the rails. We have these conversations. Me and my buddies get together and have this get together called Beer and Cigars once a month, and we go down we talk about all this kind of stuff, and it's so wild to hear people's theories and stuff because that's what you got. That's what you got
for
do.
Sure.
I always say there's woke. When you're woke. I
heard that term. You're
looking at it going, hey, I see what's going on here.
Yes. You get it. And I'm right there with you. I've seen a lot, been through a lot, experienced a lot, know people who've been through a lot. Like it's all it's almost a scam, but not like, they say America's the greatest country. Yeah, it is. But when you start looking at other countries and what they got going, like, wow, you can live like that. They're not taxing you as hard. You can get the food's better.
My God.
You can't even have that food over there. Like, it's a simpler life. Like, what's really wild. What? Like, you got to really, it's a big notion.
It's so wild when you sit and you start really looking at it from that point
of view. When you dig, And I had went down and, okay, good.
I'm living through, I always tell my wife, I'm like, what's going to be the meme? What's going to be the meme this month, right? Because you remember, like, it's always something that happens and it becomes the meme. And it's like,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Is this you'll love this, Keith. I wake up almost every morning at 3:20. I have been ever since my son was born for some reason. And that's called the witching hour, right? I wake up and almost every morning I have this existential crisis where my mind just starts processing everything. and I start thinking about all this
Wow.
stuff. Like, we in a simulation? Is this like, what am I doing today? And I'm just like
Yeah.
going through all these different scenarios, and it's so wild. Like,
Yeah, it is.
my
It is.
ah,
And have you seen like a little like some months ago? I think there's gonna be another one, how the disclosure stuff's been going on with that guy, with those different
I've
guys,
been
the
watching
from the
those
military
guys.
speaking.
What do you think
You've been
about those
watching.
guys?
I think they're telling the truth. I think it's part of the stuff. It's part of the we're gonna
Yeah,
turn the dials because we want to let them know slowly. Like it's just so much what evidence and stuff. Too many people abductions. It's too much there. When you really look, it's a lot of
right.
people who have these stories of
Yep.
seeing stuff, experiencing stuff. Are they all lying? Are they all lying? Now I try to show that footage to some friends. I ain't gonna say no name. They wanted nothing to do with it.
They didn't.
Nothing wasn't nothing to do with it.
Oh,
No, they try to make
I would have been
excuses for
eating
what
that
it
up.
was. You got they make it. I'm gonna send you. You know what? I just buried. I got it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Like I ain't put it out yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
You have to
Because
send me
there's
a
been some
video on your
stories of
Instagram or
people.
something. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll
Yeah,
send
I'll
you.
look at it. Yeah.
I may get your number. I may get your
Yeah.
number because I really.
Yeah.
I want you to see this.
Yeah.
I want you to see this. Like
we get done here off camera.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was like, it's just
Dude.
one of them ones where it's like, I showed my wife, I showed a couple people at work, they're like, what is that? I showed my wife, like, what? Like, you have to see this.
Dude, I'll
You have
tell
to see it. It's nothing that we have. It ain't a fly. It ain't a bug in the screen. It ain't none of that. And if it was, I'd be like, that's a bug, whatever. I just happened to, I didn't do it on purpose. The phone just happened to be, recording. I hit record and wasn't ready to launch something. But in the background, I caught this thing going on and
right?
heading west, like away from where I launched. Like I point out to those mountains. You see my videos, and it's going like down, like across and away, fast, like slow motion. But then you see the real speed at the end of it. It's like vanished speeds
I
beyond
love it.
anything I've ever seen. And I've seen F-16s. I've seen. But
I'll tell you what. I tell it when we have our discussions. I'm like, here's the deal. For the better part of 70 years, longer, the government has denied all of that, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they kind of acknowledge it, like, oh, yeah, this is probably real, but we don't know anything. And you're like, okay, how many people's lives have you ruined because they came forward and now all of a sudden it's okay?
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay. But I always wonder, like, to what, like, what's their angle? Like, I don't know.
I think here's what I think, and here's what I've been hearing lately. Because I check in on. I just happened to hear a guy. This one YouTuber I like named Matthew Cox. He was a fraudster. He had a guy on. He normally do people who scammed and went to prison. Because Matthew, he's an ex-con, but he cleaned up. He got a channel now. He bring a lot of people on who did bank robberies. I kind of like go down that path too. He had this guy on that was just reading these documents. It's a lot out there. Talking about the different species, talking about agreements that our government have with them.
That's wild. I love that. I love it.
Yeah. They saying that they're allowed to take they're underground. You ever hear deep underground military bases? They say that they're down there. They're under the oceans. Yeah, they're all around. They're here. Some are out there. Alpha Centauri is different systems they're in. They got technology we ain't got. We exchange technology with them. Skunk Works, they get mentioned. Lockheed Martin get mentioned as having technologies, the skins of the blackbird and all the titanium, all this stuff. That's the other stuff. But it could be disclosure little by little. And some people say we're still not ready. They did all the movies. They did all the stuff. People probably still will freak if you get one. Alien Nation. Remember Alien Nation?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that TV show?
The Slug? That show? Remember that?
Yeah. Yes. But that was them integrating with humans, we'll call them. So that's TV doing it for a long time. Me and Dwayne will talk about that. In the TV show V, there's talks of draconians, they're the reptilian types.
Reptilians.
All this stuff is out there. People write on it. I mean, Stanton Friedman. Yeah, Shasta Mountain,
California.
Yep, all that stuff. Here, you got, of course, Roswell, the big one, Groom Lake, Steve Nazar, you know him? Remember Steve? Steve?
Yeah. Bob Lazar.
I always get Steve Greer and Bob them mixed up.
Steve Greer, Steve Greer, Bob Lazar. I love Bob Lazar.
See?
Yep.
See, it's a lot there. Like, legends. Stanton Friedman was an astrophysicist. He died, but he was carrying that torch hardcore. This guy, Stanton Friedman, he's a professor, astrophysicist, knew all this stuff. He would interview all the people. Barney and Betty Hill, their story.
Betty Hill, yep.
See, all this stuff. So you can ignore it if you want. A lot of people don't like it. I mean, but you gotta face the fact that we may not be alone because it's going to upset the Bible. It's going to upset their religion. It's going to. How do you feel about
that? How do you feel about dimensional stuff? Like I kind of sometimes feel like they're interdimensional. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. That too.
I'm a big dimensional guy. Like
portals and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, there's some realms that they know. That's the other thing. I think they know all this stuff. CIA, NSA, whoever, any of the alphabet groups, they have put billions of dollars into this stuff. I'm sure. MIT people. Yeah, DARPA's where in college. I think DARPA's in where DARPA at? You know, Department. DARPA. They handle defense.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought they were in Colorado, but they probably have. They're everywhere. But
I'm to the point now. Like this is where I'm at the point now, man. I'm at the point now where like I am like open to any possibility. Like I want to get a t-shirt. I want to get a t-shirt made that says I'll believe anything because I don't believe anything. And that's kind of how I like when somebody comes on a podcast, like this guy, Christopher Mellon, came on a podcast.
Okay.
And I listened to it and I kept thinking, is this guy full of shit? Or is he a plant from the government to come on here and just push a narrative? And then I was
they got that too.
I didn't know how I felt about that. And that's when I watched those whistleblowers and I was like, it's hard. It's hard.
I was the same, right. I was the same way because they're very good at theater. That's is what they do. The whole Congress, the whole scene, all the brown wood and everybody's all official and they're very good. I just know they're good at it. So and I know like
I do.
Yeah, I got you. I'm totally they're very good. They're very good.
I think that's what I have to say. I think there's and I don't know, I could be the minority or the majority.
Okay.
I feel like there's an alternate timeline of history that they're not telling us about. Like, and you can go into all the different whatever you want to believe. I don't care, but I just feel like there's like your mom and dad. Like I was like this on a real simplified scale. When your mom and dad tell you about Santa Claus, and you believe Santa Claus for your whole life, right? Like Santa Claus lives in the North Pole. He really brings me toys, and you end up believing that. And then when you find out there's no Santa Claus, you're like, shit. You're either like super disappointed or like, I knew there was no Santa Claus all along. It's how I feel about.
There you go. Right
now, because I go down a lot of wormholes, man, admittedly. And I'm like, that's plausible. Because I have
for sure
thirst for knowledge. Like I have friends who don't want to know anything. They're like,
same here.
They're like, why are you looking into all this? And I'm like, because I want to know what's going on. You know, I mean.
Yeah.
My thing. I don't want to. I like knowing what's going on.
Yep. There's one because some things happen in history. Like you mentioned history. Like I think it was 1952 off the coast of LA. Military shooting in the sky. You know about this?
Right.
You know that story?
Battle of Los Angeles.
Yeah, Battle of Los Angeles. Now, what was that? Like, what was that? What's the official explanation of that? What was that?
Yeah.
I got a book a guy wrote in there where he speaks on what it was. And he worked. He was ex-military. Oh, he got this guy. I forget his name, man. I forget the name of the guy's book. But it was something extraterrestrials. He got plucked from a very young age to go naval intelligence because he built all these naval ships and they put them on display in this store. And then they were so accurate that the Navy actually came to him and wondering how. They thought then his dad was a spy because all he did was went down to the docks and he was a scale modeler. He kind of got it right and kind of guessed some stuff, but they were really nice. So he went on into military and went on to some deep budget, black budget projects and worked on some stuff. He claiming that it's all real. They're what do you call them? Nordics. These are ones that walk around. They look
Shasta Mountain.
He spoke about a lot of that. He spoke about working on these projects. He worked in NASA. He developed. I think he developed he developed with the part that. It was something that assembled the Saturn V, something inside the VAB. Some part he was responsible for that. It's a deep book, but he spoke on that Battle of LA, and that is a known thing. People can look that up right now on YouTube and see what it was. Was it the Japanese or I don't know. But
Do you ever watch the Y-Files on YouTube?
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah,
Sounds familiar, but I haven't heard.
You should watch the Y-Files. I watch it a lot because he covers a lot of stories and he tries to debunk them. And some he does, and some he doesn't. The ones he doesn't, you're always left going, shit. What? But I don't even know. I don't even like people. I don't even like the people who debunk stuff. Like some of it's like when they try to debunk the Tic Tac UFO.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's just no way that a seagull could move like that.
They come with some right. They will film some stuff. I mean, that's the other thing with the whole. They're showing us some stuff now. Like, okay, they're coming forward more. Like, there were talks of disclosure happening. And presidents, they don't get. From what I understand, presidents don't have. It's different clearances.
Oh yeah.
They say I think I forget all the layers of. It's different clearances you get, and this one's like Majestic. Those are the people who know stuff. Like Majestic spelled with a J, like the Majestic 12. It's different levels of it. Presidents don't have it. Like no matter who go in there, they like one of the presidents say, I'm gonna look at all this stuff. They just screw them around and spin them. They're not even allowed to see it. They're not even allowed to see the stuff that they have.
I always tell all my friends who are super skeptical. I'm always like, I try to lay it out logically for them. I'm like, all right, so let's look at all the things that your government has kind of lied to you about over the last in your lifetime, right? And you can like lay out a laundry list of factual things that they've lied to you about. And I said, let's just go ahead and let's project that back. So what makes you think? Is there a certain point in time where they're like, hey, you know what? We're going to be the bad guys or the good guys, and they can't ever. None of them can answer the question. And I'm always like, that's when you got to start thinking, what are they not telling you? And why are they not telling you? And maybe they're not telling you because they think everybody's going to freak out. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. I think that will everything. Right. I think that will happen. I just think I don't know. It's so, how would they do it? If they want to say, okay, here, they'll bring a guy say bring a real alien up.
Gray, like a gray.
Skin. Yeah. Or because they're different types. They're different kinds. There's some, them, from what I've seen them, what they look like praying mantis type. They're different species of them. Grays, from what I understand, I think grays are a lot of clones. I don't know. But when they do bring it, will people believe it? Will people believe it? Like,
I don't know.
But, yeah.
Hey,
but
I don't know either. I'll tell you another. I like going down the Anunnaki wormhole.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, dude. That's a whole nother. Yep.
The cat's name who talks about that. You got David Icke talks about that a little bit.
David Icke,
He maybe talks about the reptilians. I know him,
but he's a reptilian. Yeah, he do reptilian. Yep.
Gosh, I can't remember the other guy who talks about the Anunnaki. Billy Carson.
Billy Carson. Yeah. I know Billy Carson.
Billy Carson's a sharp dude.
Yeah.
I listen to much of his videos, and I've listened to a lot of podcasts with him.
Yeah, I like Billy.
That's like my. I don't want to call it junk food because I don't think it's junk food, but that's my thing is to it inspires me to go down that because I'm always wanting to know what the hell's going on. I'll tell you a wormhole I really go down, Keith, Antarctica.
Which one's that?
I go down to Antarctica. I'm all about Antarctica. I'm all about that. I think there's something going on in Antarctica they're not telling you about.
Okay, well, people, this is where I know. Here's when I be hearing about Antarctica a lot. Is with the flat earthers.
Oh, the flat earthers are all over Antarctica.
Now I'm not a flat earther.
Me neither. But I love.
I'm not. Do they think it's around us? I don't know. I'm definitely not a flat earther. A friend of mine. That's a shame. My close friend of mine. Like I was packing up to move a couple years ago when he could get out here, but my stuff was packed. I wanted to show him something. But he's a flat earther. I'm not. This one guy. He does a good debunk of that. Professor Dave, I think his name is. He smashed them all the time. Yeah.
I love.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with certain stuff. But but back to Antarctica. But people, they act like people can't go there. People do go there. They act like people can't. You can go there
for sure.
The tickets are like $26,000, but you can go there. So I'm like, but I do like Colonel Byrd. You came across his stuff, right? Like what they say discovered. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
His
I've seen a
diary,
few
I don't
things
know.
on.
I think his diary got debunked, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You never know with debunkers. Like,
There's video. He's speaking. There's video of him talking about they got beyond something. It was like it was green. Like
yeah,
he spoke on some stuff. So yeah,
yeah.
all that stuff's out there. But yeah, yeah,
I love
good
Antarctica.
stuff.
It's a fascinating place. I loved. I think was it Andy Stump? He's a former Navy SEAL. Did a
Okay,
skydive in Antarctica, and he was like,
nice.
everybody who's talking about that's crazy. But I just love Antarctica because it's such a.
Right.
You start talking about pole shifts and like
Yeah,
all that stuff, and
yeah.
you're like, man, was Antarctica a forest at one time? Like, what's there? I mean, you don't know.
That's what. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good one.
I
You
love
ever listen
ancient
to? You ever
history.
remember the radio show? Me too. The radio show Coast to Coast. You ever
Oh,
hear
Coast
that?
to Coast was awesome.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Oh
figured
yeah.
you know. That was
Oh
I used to
yeah.
work third shift some years ago, and
Oh,
that's what we ran. That's
I
what we
bet you
ran.
loved it. Did you listen to a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
was
those?
great. But I haven't listened in a while. But here's my problem with Coast to Coast. It would be a big story going on. But they
Yeah.
had a show. They had a show lined up. I understand, but sometimes you got to change the show for the big show. Like something new came. Like
Yeah.
George Norrie. I wonder if he's real or not. I don't know.
I don't
One of the
know.
other. He's more like a commercial. He's a one of them. He seems. I think he's like a
Yeah.
gatekeeper type. He ain't gonna really. He'll bring people on, but the other guy was good that used to be on there with him. John B. Wells. John B. Wells.
Jumbo Wells.
That's
Yep.
his name.
Yep.
This deep voice guy. He was good. John was good. He got fired. He got
Yeah.
fired.
It's so wild that show. That show is like the show forever.
Yeah. Art
Right.
Bell was great. Art Bell was he was the top.
Awesome.
He was real. Art Bell was real. Like I think
He
he was
set it
real.
up. He would always set the story up perfectly, right?
Oh, he was
He
good. Right, right.
so
Yeah,
great
he
at
was.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll have to check out the White Files. I think you'd find it really interesting.
Okay, the Wi-Fi. I'll need to write that. Let me
It's
write
on
that
YouTube.
down.
You would
Yeah.
love it.
Okay, the Wi-Fi. It seemed like it came in my feed before. I'm sure because
Yeah,
I really these subjects. Like I said, I got full. Like once you kind of
I love it.
more of the same. I'm like like I said, my books they're in the garage. I read them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
You
there's
go through it,
Behold
you go
Pale
through it,
Horse.
and
Like
you're done with it. I know.
yeah,
I'm there.
yeah. But I'm always looking like the UFO stuff is interesting. I'm glad you
Glad I
brought it up
I was going
because
to ask you. That was going to be the last thing to ask you. 'Cause
I'm
you're
glad.
out there
Yeah.
in Arizona. I
Oh
always
yeah,
ask
yeah.
my brother-in-law is a retired colonel from the Air Force, and I was always grilling him on that. He
Wow.
would always
What
be
he think?
like,
What do he think?
he thinks that he actually thinks that the government knows that
There we go.
what they are. And
Yeah, there you go. Good.
They don't want to tell you because
Yeah, there you go.
it's
Right.
easier to not tell you. It's like your mom and dad like, don't worry about it, just do
Yeah.
what I say, right?
Yeah, I think they drop in little pieces.
Yeah.
And even if some of the stuff they're flying, letting people see for the more people seeing stuff now. So it's psychology. They know little by little.
Oh,
They like
psychology.
this society, America ain't ready. Like people
we're
start
not
tearing,
ready. No,
start
we're
tearing
not
stuff
ready.
up here. Like people start
No,
destroying
no.
stuff. Like go and
We're
get
not
bread
ready.
and milk and
No.
toilet paper. Like it'll get crazy. I don't think the Americans. I think in some other regions, South America may be more ready. The Asian
think
countries
they've
may
seen
be
it.
more ready.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think a lot of people have lived with it. They've seen it.
Yeah,
on a daily
I
basis,
think
and they
for sure.
it's
I think
part of their
so.
culture.
Right here, I
You
think
know?
we just I just think that they can't. They got to be little by little. We may see some more stuff in our lifetime. I don't know if we're gonna see a being. Like you have to experience. They have to be an
I don't
experience.
know.
Even Travis Walton's story. His story. He's around. Travis is around. Like
Travis
remember
Walton's a
Fire in the
great
Sky, the
story.
movie? Yeah, but that was here. That was up in Snowflake.
That's
up
a
in
great
Snowflake.
story, and he's another
It
guy
is.
who's like Bob Lazar. His story
Bob.
hasn't
Yep.
changed.
Right.
I mean-
but Bob's done with it. They try to Bob
Yeah.
says, screw you guys, I'm done with it. But I
Did
do
you
like
watch-
Steve Greer. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you watch Bob Lazar's documentary on Netflix
Yeah.
when they raided
I
his
saw
lab?
that.
They raided his lab.
Yes,
in real
they
time.
took that's why he's kind of done with he gets bothered. But he did make a mistake by bringing friends. That was kind of cool that he took friends to go see it fly. To go see it. He went
I
like
would've
on
done
the
that too,
outskirts.
probably.
Yeah, because you got to show somebody, right? But see,
Yeah.
they can't. They want to be able to trust you, but it's yeah. He worked on some stuff. I believe him. That reverse gravitational He said they glow when they fly, when they're charged up. He explained it. It's too much, like a lot of detail. I kind of believe him.
Was it Element 114? I can't
Yeah.
remember what it's called, but whatever element he said
Yeah,
that
right.
existed, and then here we are. It's so many years down the road, and they come out with it.
And they come out with it. Yeah, so he was right on. Yeah, he just talked. Like they didn't like they want people, they want people that's gonna be quiet forever. Like
I don't
sworn.
know if we have the
Sworn to-
attention span for aliens right now. You know?
Yeah, even if one was real, like I said, people wouldn't believe it. Like even if what they did
They wouldn't.
parade, people wouldn't believe. One could walk down the street, look at him in that suit, look at him in that costume.
They wouldn't believe it. They would think it was like a some type of like production.
Yeah, for real. Yep.
They would. I mean,
It was a movie was gonna come out with this little blue alien. I saw some promo for it. The alien was on a train. And I was like, what is this? It was I think it was a test run. I don't know if the film ever came out. Like something new. Did you ever see it? This little alien boy. He looked kind of bluish gray, was sitting on a train. Like I saw some stuff for it, but I don't know if the movie ever came out. And I'm like, man, that looked like test run for Response. They had him on a train. As a matter of fact, I think there was a real trailer, but then they had him in costume on the train filming him, kind of with people like looking at him. People not even paying him any attention. It's like, oh, look at him. Like, wow. So maybe people are ready, but I don't think so. I just think it would not go well if here, Independence Day style ships coming over to everything starting to just hover over cities.
Dude.
People will go out. I don't think they can't handle that. So
you think a toilet? We'd have more than a toilet paper shortage.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'll go out. Yeah.
Do you think we'll see him in you and I's lifetime? Do you think we'll have a?
I think we're gonna see something big. I do.
I think so too.
If I'm going by the speed at which things are happening, say with Congress, they're in there now, little by little. I think so. I think we'll see something big, unless they get scared and pull way back and say, disclosure's not going to happen. Unless maybe they are threatening to show themselves. Who knows? Like, they seem to have a little bit more power. They seem to have a little bit more power and technology than we have, if it ain't us already. But
part of me hopes so, and part of me is like, oh shit,
Yeah, because it messed your day up. You don't even want to make a video that day. I didn't even go launch that day. Like,
it'll be the day you're out launching. It'll be the day you're out launching.
Well, I'll get that video, okay? But yeah,
that'd be the greatest YouTube video ever.
Like, wow, if something came down, like, man, out in that field, that land that I'm on, where I was at, that was in that reservation.
Yeah.
Like the guy, it is kind of special out there because you can walk way out there, and it's cool. I've walked it without launching. It's nice. Like, it really is cool. It's a pretty nice space. It's their land, and what I filmed that day. Yeah, it's all good. Like, it was time. I just said I was going to go there until I couldn't go no more, and now I can't go no more. And they just make a new move. That's the thing. You just in life, you just make adjustments. Make adjustments. That's all it's about all the time.
Keith, man, this has been an awesome live stream. I have had a great time. Let's do it again.
Yes, sir. We will, man. Anytime, man. Yeah, anytime. If I do one, I'll bring you over my way. If I do something, I have to do something one day, man, for sure.
Let's shoot for maybe this late summer, fall, when you get all your rocket stuff going, and we'll get you back on again and see how everything's going.
For sure, you got it,
man. I love talking to you.
This is
awesome, dude.
Absolutely, man. This was fun.
Before we go, tell everybody where they can find you. Tell everybody your social medias and everything.
You got it. All right, guys, you can find me at Model Rockets 321, written just like that, on Instagram and on YouTube. I use TikTok, but they're about to get banned probably. I do TikTok once in a while. And TikTok's gonna be done. But so that's where I'm at, Model Rockets 321, everything. Any questions on rocketry, you can hit me up. Go there. I have links below. And if you want to shop the Estes, there's a discount, IN_321. Go to Estes, put some stuff in your cart, you'll get a discount. Support them because they support me and I support you. The hobby's cool, the community's fun. And Jeff, man, thank you for bringing me on. Thanks for reaching out, man. Yep. I appreciate you, man. Got a lot in common. Same era, man. Salute to you.
I love it, dude. Guys,
all right, man.
Great live stream. Stick around, Keith, real quick. Afterwards, I'll shoot the poo with you. Send us out of here, Keith. Go ahead and let's just send us off.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. I'm out of here. So don't worry. Keep doing your thing. And I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Keep living the adventure, guys.